about Mr. Denzel Washington, okay? So basically, where is it at? All right, Giancarlo Esposito. This dude's been running his mouth, so we gotta address this guy. Love him, great actor. He was in The Mandalorian. He was in The Boys. Great actor. He has my respect. Um, so so first off, Giancarlo said that he wants to play Professor X. He said that he would want to play Professor X, and he wants someone like Denzel Washington to play Magneto. And the one thing that he said about Professor X, which was wild, he said that if he said he would want to play Professor X in the MCU, but without the wheelchair. And this is what he said: the physical idea of being in a wheelchair every single day does not appeal to me. I just don't feel that old and don't like to sit that much. Newsflash, Gian. No one's talking to you about Professor X, bro. You don't have to sit down. Shut the heck up, dude.
Yeah.
Like no one's talking to you, bro. And like you're talking like you got the role, dude. Like that's so dumb. Anyways, so yeah, he said that
Very arrogant.
very arrogant. So he said that he wants to play Professor X and he wants Denzel to play Magneto. Now, how would you feel? And this is just a fantasy world, theory world. What would your reaction be if they did cast Denzel Washington as Magneto?
Hell no. If you're going to ask me who I would suggest, I would say probably Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber's a great actor. He did play Sabretooth, which, so what? I know, like, there's some people like, oh, well, someone already played, like, so what? Who cares?
Michael B. Jordan played the Human Torch, so it don't matter.
Right.
Chris Evans played the Human Torch. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. He's not playing he's not playing Sabretooth and Magneto at the same time. I'm saying he should play Magneto.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal actor. I've actually met him in real life. He's a stand-up guy. Yeah. He used to live around in the same neighborhood as I did when I was in the city. Magneto was separated from his mother, who was killed in front of him in the Holocaust, and he goes out of his way to hunt down the soldiers that ripped him from his family and killed his mother. It's a big part of who he is, and especially like Magneto is one of my all-time favorite characters. But what I will say in terms of Magneto is the thing that's so special about Magneto is that he teeters between villain and anti-hero. And it's not from movie to movie or story to story. It's really a matter of your perspective of if he's a villain or an anti-hero. Because pretty much all of the crazy shit that he does, it's like he always has some kind of crazy rationalization and justification for it. And it always makes you, whether you end up saying, nah, that's like a villain move or not, you're going to, at the very least, be like, he's got a point, though. And I think that stems from, him dealing with the tragedy of losing his mother, being ripped apart from her in the Holocaust. And, if you really want to like really understand the X-Men, read the Chris Claremont X-Men comics. They are like phenomenal. And a lot of people claim you won't understand the modern stuff unless you read the classics. I understand not everyone likes to read the classics, but the Chris Claremont stuff is sick. He always has a rationalization and a justification for it. And that's where him and Professor X differ, because they were really close friends. And ultimately, Magneto, he is like, screw the humans. They never treated me right. They killed my family. They persecute me as a mutant. He's like, I am not going to let this happen again. And we are the superior breed. It's like, we're mutants. We are born with these special powers. They are not. We are the future. They're the past. We're taking over. Whereas Professor X, while he emphasizes with Magneto's past and his history, he's like, we have to come together and make them see us as not a threat, and we have to put peace above everything. And like a lot of times it sounds ridiculous when you think about what Magneto's went through. But from Professor X, like they both have a good point of view and a good argument. And in my opinion, like that's what makes their relationship so interesting is that, you know, it's difficult to just say one of them is right and the other's wrong because they make such a good case. And it makes for such an interesting story. And that's why I think, you know, especially if Professor X is Jewish, you know, with him understanding Magneto and the Holocaust, it makes it even more important.
Yep.
So they should absolutely both be Jewish. However, I also think, listen, Giancarlo Esposito is a phenomenal actor. I think he'd be great in the MCU as long as he doesn't bring that arrogance with him. And I think we'd be lucky to have Denzel casting in the MCU.